Yo, what's up, guys? Network here. I'm just gonna hop into it. This is the double rogue build, so this is gonna be all the PvE gear you're gonna want to get. Phase 4, Season 8. Obviously, you're gonna want to be a human, but I thought this gnome was looking extra fresh, so I said, why not? Let's get the gnome out here. Let's get this hideous helm that's actually really cool, and kind of hop into it. So the first thing we're doing is we're rocking the heroic tier helm. Insane ARP, insane crit, insane attack power. Got the ARP gem in it. We're going to go the Rhyme Tooth Pendant, crit, ARP, all the stats we really want. And then we're also going to go with the Skinned Whelp Shoulders. So as you can see, as double rogue, it's really important you have a lot of crit, a lot of ARP, and also a lot of attack power. So if you can do that, you're going to do great things. Your ambushes are going to hurt super hard, and it's just going to be super fun. This setup is not ideal for anyone outside of double rogue. I would not recommend running this because you're running 0 resilience. So if a warrior touches you, honestly, like if anybody touches you, you're gonna die. So it's super important that you realize this is double rogue specific. And maybe if you're playing like triple DPS threes, you could run this. If you guys are going for one shots, if you're playing with like 2 boomkins and a rogue, or I don't know, something crazy like that, go for it. But it's also going to be extremely hard to get. All of this gear is PvE gear, and it's going to require a lot of ICC ratings. So if you're not interested in doing that, just stick to my other gear guide. It still has PvE gear, but it's just not going to be as much. Yeah, anyway. So if you didn't get this cloak last phase, you suck, and you don't deserve to play double rogue because double rogues are chads, and you're just not. So no, I'm just kidding. So there's other options. You can honestly just get the badge cloak, and it's not that bad. It's pretty similar, and that's probably going to be more ideal for most people. And yeah, I would just go with this cloak if you don't have Verisaz. Another tier chest, as you can see, it has a bunch of ARP. I gem hit a little bit just because I want to make sure I'm above that 7%. Tabard of the Conquest. Ideally, if you can get Tabard of the Lightbringer, then you're honestly in a good spot because that means your guild pumps or your GDKP pumps. You're going to rock these amazing bracers that'll probably cost you a lot of gold or your soul in a raiding guild. And then dagger, same thing. You got to kill the heroic Lich King. Good luck with that. I would honestly recommend getting the tier 2 PvP daggers first if you can, or if you have. No, I just get the 2200 weapon daggers first and then kind of go from there. Yeah. And then Blood Venom Blade. And then check these gloves out. So these are insane. If you have the 10-man gloves already, these are still a lot better, obviously. But your goal is to get to 100% ARP and get your attack power super high and get your crit super high. And this season, Rogue actually scales insanely well with just all the ICC gear. Like as you can see, I'm almost at 6k attack power, and I have 2 proc trinkets. So, like on an opener, if both of these proc, dude, that's a fat dance. 277 belt. A lot of this gear is 277. Like I'm gonna try to get some of this gear, but it's definitely for someone who's rating ICC or is committed this season to try and push and get glad and or duelist or whatever you and your buddy are trying to get. Double rogue is super gear dependent. If you can't kill people in 4 to 5 seconds, there's no point in playing it outside of just hanging out, of course. But from like a high elo standpoint, you really need to have the best gear to stand a chance. The best gear, the right macros, and the right strats, obviously. But the gear is the first thing. If you don't have, 100% ARP, you're really gonna struggle. Yeah. So boots with the fur. These are the boots that everybody needs. This is the only item I really want, just because it's boots with the fur. And then this ring is going to be a pain in the ass to farm, but it should be quick. If you raid ICC, it's not going to be a big deal. But for someone like me who wants nothing to do with this phase, I'm not excited, but it's 480 attack power proc. So you're talking about the ring proc. So 500 attack power, and you're talking about 510 agility. Just say like 1200 attack power between these two. Yeah, you got like 2500 attack power procs. You can get your attack power above 8500 on a Shadow Dance, which is just disgusting if you think about it. Like it's just so much damage. Everyone's gonna be pissed. Priests stand literally no chance. Everyone's like bobble this, bobble that. Well, like this phase, rogue damage, like we are like 3500 more attack power with like procs now. So straight up, this could be the best phase for double rogue. If you have perfect gear, it actually might be just unhealable damage, but we'll see. If any of you guys get full gear, make sure to, clip it and ship it and post it, and it's fun to watch. So yeah. Death Verdict, if you don't have it, you can get the kind of worst version of it, the badge version that's now out on a vendor, which is cool for people that didn't get it. But ideally, you want the heroic version because it has the best stats. Whispering Fang Skull. This is going to be kind of hard to get, but honestly, like, you should be able to. Like, I think people will be killing that boss, like, no issues. This bow is not realistic. I don't expect any of you to get it unless you're like a PvE Chad, but it's just stat-wise insane. Make sure you have a macro, though, to, when you press deadly throw, it'll swap a throwing weapon on for you. But you shouldn't be having to use deadly throw anyway as double rogue, and that's what this build and spec is for. All right, let's hop. Oh, man, he's so cool looking though. Like this phase, I actually really enjoy this gear. The PvE gears, like specifically, is really fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's a vibe. That tabard sucks with it though. Tabard of Conquest actually looks amazing, but I don't even know how you get this, and I don't advise you play as much as you probably need to get it. All right, talents. Everyone always asks about talents. This has been kind of like the normal build. One thing you can do is you take 1 point out of waylay, put 2 into camouflage. You can kind of go back and forth. Make sure one rogue has double waylay though. You can also, you can move talents around. You can also drop, you can play with it, but this is kind of like baseline what you want. You're going to have the stealth advantage because you should be human, not gnome. And these are the glyphs you're going to want. The big thing here is vile poisons. I know Trax has messed with dual wield specialization. I haven't ran the Sims specifically this season. Not really been like super into double rogue. I didn't really play it much last season at all. But yeah, I think it's probably pretty good with dual wield. I think it's like 4 points into this. But for now, I'm probably just going to rock with vile poisons, double wound, wound on main hand, wound on offhand, and then I always have a weapon swap to apply crippling poison in case it turns into a 1v1. So this is going to be kind of like your baseline spec, and then you can play with a couple of the talents, move them around. I know Hug specifically likes using camouflage more, so you can kind of drop talent somewhere if you want. Honestly, you probably drop deadliness 1 point just because our attack power is so high, but we are trying to one-shot, so at the end of the day, I think the more damage, the better. Dropping 1 point waylay is good. You could also drop 1 point in Filthy Tricks. 2 points of Filthy Tricks seems like the best play, just from, tricks of the trade and all that jazz. But now, because we're running 2-piece tier, your Tricks of the Trade ability now grants you 15 energy instead of costing you energy. So that's going to be kind of sick, especially, on goes. You're not going to, have to wait. But most of us tricks before we go, like 5 or 6 seconds anyway, so you should have full energy. But hey, it's cool. Something that, running full PvE gear allows. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out. Make sure to be nice to each other. Make sure to help each other in game. And hey, man, it's a game. Ambush people. People are going to DM you. You're playing double rogue. Understand it and embrace it because it's fun. And at the end of the day, guys, we play a game for fun. So, peace.